Oh, who you want? Hello. It is Tease. Good day. Good afternoon. Good evening. I hope all are well. I hope all are safe. So, I just want to say beware, because when it comes to social media or it comes to TV or basically whatever's on entertainment, we tend to look up to these people. And when I look up to you, I tend to listen to you. Like, hey, well, you know what? You got a good point. And at first, I was tricked by this as well. So that's why I say be careful. And this could be in the religion department. This could be in these groups. So basically, in long story short, just be careful of cult groups. And I want to say anything that's a group, even the union at work, those are cults, because it's like you have a certain agenda. People do things a certain way to keep things in there. This is the way we do things. You see, even with the sororities, those are cults. Like I said, with your D.L. Hughley's, your Ricky Smiley's and Steve Harvey's, and etc. Even Kamala's punk ass. Those are all cult members. And that's just to say the least. You see what I'm saying? That's not saying whatever else they're into. So basically they're saying, I got your back. So Steve Harvey, he's down, and Plies and them, they're all stumping for them, because more than likely they're a part of the sorority cult. And that's to say the least, because I'm sure it goes a lot deeper than that, than some damn ski weeds and some Greek symbols. So like then now there's money's involved, you see what I'm saying? So that means now that I'm quote unquote powerful, and now that you quote unquote look up to me, now I can tell you anything and you're gonna believe me, because that's why I say be careful. Even when it comes to the religion department. Oh, my religion say do this, and that, and this is our religious ritual. Those are cults. Every religion is a cult. And it's no disrespect to religion, because your religion is your religion, but at the end of the day, it's a cult. Because like if you don't believe me, do something or don't do something that they approve of, and that's your ass. People get killed behind religion, politics, all that. Even politics, those are cults too. Cult member or gang member, whatever you want to call them, red or blue. And then the independents don't even count. I don't think I've ever even seen an independent. And independents, they're never on the ballot. They say that they are, but it's like they're invisible, because it's like you don't belong to a cult, so you're not important. And I just say to be careful, because yesterday I was watching New Breed. Normally I don't name drop. I'm a name drop just because he kind of contradicted himself, and not because he was saying anything wrong. Like, he was actually absolutely right. And it's important to get out there and listen to people. Take the message. Don't take the messenger. But with him, it just bothered me, because instead of him saying we as men are gay and suffering from he was just pretty much like, he was getting on like the world. Okay, the problem with the world is y'all are homosexual, or y'all ain't men, and y'all are, but I'm like, first of all, dude, you're a sellout. Like, literally, he's literally in bed with the oppressor. He runs to the oppressor. He's the one, he even says from the mountaintop, I'm not for the niggers. This is not a pro-black channel. And I'm not saying that you got to be pro-black, because sometimes I'm not. Even though I'm totally for my people, sometimes I want to be like, hey, get these niggers out of here. Sometimes I want to scream nigger too. So it's like, I get it, but I would never say that I don't stand for the niggers while I'm in bed with the oppressor, or while I'm using the oppressor's talking points. Or basically, let's just say, for instance, if it's time for him to make friends, or time for him to have his surroundings, there will be no naps around. You see what I'm saying? It'll be like swirled in. So he's one of them, because like I say, he's a, I guess you could say he has the gift of gab. Like I say, he even talked me into it, because at first I had a shaky relationship with the Bible, where it's like, okay, the Bible's cool. Then it's like, I don't trust this Bible, or this came from the Pink Man, or somebody remixed it. And once I learned it was remixed, I don't care who wrote it. I'm just get it away from me, because it's been remixed. There's something about something remixed. I'm like, well, damn, what else you lying about, So I kind of turned my nose up at the Bible. But then after listening to New Breed a few years ago, then I was like, okay, you know what? That is encouraging. Even though it's remixed, there is some parts in there that's important, or that could, be eye-opening. Because sometimes you take the meat, spit out the bones. So I was like, okay, I gave the Bible benefit of the doubt. So then I gained a relationship with the Bible. Like, it's probably not as strong as it was, but it was, instead of me completely writing it off, I was actually able to get back into it, to where now it's not so forbidden when it comes to me. Really? Yeah, so basically what he was saying, like, pretty much like the conditions of the world and of the men, but it's pretty much like everything that he was saying is like he was guilty of. Like, okay, again, you're guilty. And he didn't mention that at all. Like, literally, he encourages it. He encourages the Passport Bros, and then he encourages the Kevin Samuels. And basically, any Negro man that was involved with Kevin Samuels or the Passport Bros, they're basically dead. Some black guy was just found dead in Colombia, and they deemed it as food poisoning, or I guess it was something, but basically there's drugs out there. It's like once it gets to your, and you don't have to take it, you don't have to ingest it. All you got to do is touch it. A little bit of it touch your skin, your whole nervous system shuts down. So that means you can't move while you're getting robbed or while whatever's happening, you can't move. And so this guy ended up, he started foaming at the mouth. So whatever happened to him that causes you to foam at the mouth, more than likely he was drugged. But again, people like the New Breed, he encouraged that. So a part of that blood is on his hand too. Like I say, if we call ourselves being passport bros because New Breed is or isn't, or because he thought that was cool, oh, these women don't get right, go overseas. That's a weak man's or a gay man's mentality. You see what I'm saying? But yet he's encouraging other men to do it. That's what I say. Don't say that they're gay and put yourself in there, because again, you were the one that was online crying to another man. So like I say, the message was great. I enjoyed the message. I listened to all of it. I think it was an hour and some change. I did listen. He had a great message, but I was like, don't say y'all. Say we as men are gay, because men have been very effeminized these days. And just to give y'all the benefit of the doubt, men are effeminized because there is gay in the food. There's gay in the food, water, drugs, and alcohol. So anything you touch or look at, gay. And I don't know what this Proposition California poison is, but it's I seen it on the damn bus, in the refrigerator. I'm just like, good God. I don't know what that is. I don't know. That's the one that they said it causes this reproductive harm and cancer, or I don't know what that is, but it's, when I say it's everywhere, it's everywhere. I call myself getting products and that label is on it. I'm like, how is it on a rice cooker? Because whatever this chemical is, they put it in the material. So everyone has their own poisons. Like I said, California got its own poison. I'm sure it goes abroad, but for the benefits of the men, if you feel like you're flimsy these days or more gay than what you used to be, it's because there is definitely gay in the food, water, drugs, and alcohol. Yeah, so that was my only thing with New Breed, because it's like, don't say, where the men fall short, and then it's like, oh, y'all are too weak to fight. But again, like, what are you fighting? You see what I'm saying? Yeah, like I said, you talk a good game, and then the guy who he was getting his video, he got his video from some white dude that was pretty much saying, this part kind of bothered me too, because when I say they all were right, they all had points, and we're not lying, but it was just like his sources though. It's like, so he uses his message of a man that's pretty much saying, we're all in slavery. Most of y'all got Stockholms or this and that. Mind you, this is a white dude. Now notice how they're only screaming slavery. They only got a problem with slavery and what's going on in the world now, because now it's them. It's not just the niggers now. Now it's not just the niggers who have to deal with slavery, who have to deal with eating out the garbage can. Now that it's everybody. Now you got a white man talking about, oh, we are slaves. So have you been a slave this whole time and you just ignored it because I was the one wearing the stamp for it? Or you got a sample of nigger treatment, and now you want to cry to the mountains? That part kind of bothered me too, because what he was saying was true. We all are slaves, but it's like, y'all just became slaves. You see what I mean? Even if y'all didn't notice it, y'all living so good, you didn't notice it. Because you had a job, you were able to do what you want, and you didn't have to get the brunt of all the chaos like we do. Somebody does something overseas, or a man or woman do something, the niggers are going to pay for it. Even with this election, it's going to be hell to pay for the niggers, whichever way it goes, just because we are the punching bags. And as I mentioned, we're not just the unruly slaves in the backgrounds. Like, we have different roles, but it's like now we're too busy working against ourselves. So that part kind of bothered me too, because I'm thinking like, then he mentioned something about Stockholm Syndrome. Like, what would a pink man know about Stockholm Syndrome? You never had to experience Stockholm Syndrome. You didn't get stolen from anywhere. You swam here for a better life, and you got that better life. So I don't understand. You see what I'm saying? But he wasn't lying, though, because at the end of the day, everyone are slaves. At least these days you are, because it's one of those things where if you don't conform, then you very much will be eating out the garbage cans. Yeah, so that part kind of bothered me, because it's like when he uses references, he go right to the pink man. I feel like if he have a church, it's going to be predominantly pink, because when they do that, this is them showing their side. Even what's that guy named Phil Scott, the one from the African diaspora, he does all that nigger talk too, got his nigger fist in the air. But I'm like, dude, come on now, you are in bed with a pink woman, like, knock it off. Because you can't say that you're pro-black and you're for the niggers if you don't go home to the niggers. Your children don't look niggers. And I'm speaking in a language in which America understands. But I'm basically saying, when it's time to choose a side, okay, I'm here to fight for my people. So you gonna tell your wife to stay at home, or you gonna leave her alone, or you're going to show your loyalty to your wife? You see what I'm saying? And if you won't, then what the F are you married to her for? Even the same thing with New Breed. Is your loyalty with the niggers, or is it with your wife that's not in the Negro department? You see what I'm saying? So that's my problem with these type of niggers. That's why I say these could be the most dangerous niggers in the world. And because it's like, you would think that they're down, and they're not. And they do that nigger talk, and they try to act like, oh, I represent Yah. Okay, didn't Yah say don't be remixing your seed? If we're already a people where there's only a few of us left anyway, it's only a few of the Mohicans left, and if you're giving your sex away to other women, other groups who don't need the help in their department. They don't need reproduction help. We need reproductive help. Because like I say, the women probably are not reproducing anymore just because they either got this California reproductive harm going on or they got or an abortion problem. Maybe they're in bed with Planned Parenthood who want to hand out free abortions. You see what I'm saying? So we're being genocided and genociding ourselves, and yet you want to preach to the choir who there's only a handful of the Mohegans left, and you're telling us to hold on or to basically get our shits together, but it's like you're not getting your shit together. It's like you're going in the opposite direction. You tell the niggers, okay, niggers go west, and all of your trinkets are going east. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I'm thinking I'm saying something, because this shit can be very dangerous if I call myself looking up to you, and I'm like, well, if I follow in your footsteps, do I need to get adjacent? You see what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't make, you gotta lead by example. You can't be like the African diaspora. You got all of these subscribers and you're all over the world, but your wife and children don't look like you. He's the only nigger in his family tree, and New Breed's the only nigger in his. And again, if they keep it up, then they're gonna have to look back a few centuries. Oh, look at the nigger who made us white. And I'm just like, and it's just sad if you look at it like that, but I'm just like, yeah, this is what we're up against. It's our own people. And like I say, that's what you call it. That's what happens when you're a part of a cult. You remix the rules and you set it to where it fancies you. I once was guilty of this. Even when it came to the whole polygyny thing, I was guilty of that. Because I was basically in an unapplied for polygynous relationship. And I'm thinking like, well, okay, well, if that's how you get down though, but you have to be honest about that. But he wasn't honest. Like I said, he was basically lying. You're a polygynist, but you're cheating, lying ass. You know, it was just crazy. I'm just like, wow. And men, they do that. They will have a woman, man, and a child. They would literally have men and women to this one man, and he don't make that known. You know, I'm not saying you gotta have people in your business. Oh, y'all got 12 wives and 10 boyfriends. But I'm like, at the same time, if you know that you're a man that's busy out there, that does his thing, especially if it's just for sexual purposes, it ain't got nothing to do with reproducing or even coming together or even having more than one wife. But no, they'll preach that, and they don't stand on it though. You see what I'm saying? And when they say they got more than one wife, they're not actually married to these women. Like, okay, you're just my wife because I'm sleeping with you. That's what they're basically, him and Ringo. And they're both homosexual too, because those are the ones that's crying and fighting and, you know, and probably want to touch each other. And I'm not even trying to be funny, but that's what it is. These are grown-ass men that'll tell grown-ass men how to be men. And it's like, any man who looks up to Kevin Samuels or had that passport mentality, that's a bitch-made man anyway, because basically you're upset with doing, y'all bitches won't like me, fuck y'all, and I'm gonna go overseas. That's basically what you're doing. So you can't do nothing with the women that you're around, because obviously you ain't man enough, or you ain't whatever it is, you ain't enough of it, or don't have enough. I don't know what it is. So you go overseas to the other women where they're riddled with disease and they're riddled with poverty, and then you get killed by them over there. And I'm just like, good God. So that's why when I heard about that guy who got killed in Colombia, I didn't know his story. But once I seen a black guy dead in Colombia, I was like, okay, well, justice has been served. Because I'm thinking like, first of all, what are you doing in Colombia? And then there was a woman involved, because who are these women's clothes? Unless you're a cross-dresser, why are there women's clothes in your luggage? So he tells his mom, well, I'm traveling alone, and I don't know what happened in between that. And it could have been food poisoning, because he said his stomach's hurt, he had diarrhea and doodling, and they found you dead and shitty in the bathroom. So I don't know if that was too much of the nervous drug that they gave you, or maybe you did just run into some bad food. But whatever it was, it's like, it's just not a good look. Especially if you call yourself, oh, I stand behind the passport, bro. So basically you're saying you're bitch made. You're a bitch with a small penis. Or with a nice sized penis. Whatever, however it rolls out for you. But yeah, that's basically what it is. So if you got these men who are feminine, or more feminine than the women, then it's like, you probably shouldn't be leading the flock. Because that's we don't need any more feminine men. We don't. And we don't need any more brainwashed men. Like I said, we are sick enough. That's even with your athletes. They don't need to be nobody. That's a cult too. They nothing but paid slaves. So basically, just be careful of these cults in any department, whether it's the religious department, the passport bureau, man versus woman department. Those are cults too, because these people they're weird. I'm telling you, they're weird as hell. Yeah, but I thought I'd mention that because I'm thinking like, you get these dudes to try to act like and honestly, if Phil Scott or New Breed, or there's other men that are guilty of this, but if they call themselves speaking out or talking about the sellouts from the 50s, you know, like with your Jesse Jacksons and that, who was the other one? There's another one too, like the one that was from back in the days, and they're doing the same thing today. They can't say nothing to them, because it's like, you're doing the same thing too. You're telling them, oh, I'm giving you good advice, but you're not taking your own advice, you know. Because again, you bypass the part where it said that, okay, keep your seed to yourself. First of all, men are supposed to be working on semen retention. I mean, you're not supposed to be busting that. You're not supposed to have children everywhere, here, there, and everywhere. Because it's like, you have 10 wives, y'all all supposed to be together. These are my 10 wives and my 100 children. This is the unit. This is the family union. Not all over the place, and you got a wife in Texas, and you're in Georgia somewhere. I only see you once a year. No, that's the single mother that you just created. You see what I'm saying? Unless y'all all are living literally like that guy from what was it? The Sister Wives, where he literally had a cul-de-sac, but he made his rounds. I don't know if that was real, but I was like, wow, this guy, like, that's a trooper right there. So he had 5 houses in a cul-de-sac in Las Vegas, and he literally every week will make that circle. Saturday, Sunday, they come together. I think he had 5 wives. Monday this wife, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday, the family comes together. And they're all in the same cul-de-sac, so it's not like, okay, I don't know where you are. He just in this house, day 1, day 2, day 3, and then 5, and then on the weekend they all hang out together. I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. I think he had like 20, 30 children, 5 wives, 20, 30 children. I don't know if he's still going strong because that sounds stressful, but he made it work. That was actually very encouraging. They got a TV show and everything, or they had a TV show. And yeah, so that's how you have to do. You have to do business the right way. You can't do business the way they'll tickle you. Well, I'm able to still have my women and just skate off into the sunset. You know, so like, so if you listen to men like this, you'll just be creating problems for yourself. That was my only thing. So he should have said, we as men are effeminate. We got work to do. It's almost like he was preaching at them, like, okay, this is y'all, like y'all, you know, y'all are addicted to the internet and stuff like that. But no, you, like I said, you were the same. Did you forget you were that same dude crying online? You see what I'm saying? And then you're going back and forth with another grown-ass man who's also effeminate. You see what I'm saying? So basically got 2 queers going at each other. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. That's, from the outside looking in, that's what it is. I analyze things. That's my analysis. Effeminate men going at each other. So I'm saying, if you're effeminate, you don't need to be preaching to the choir. Like I said, I don't want to take away from his message. He gave a very good message. Like I said, I listened to the whole thing. I got encouragement from it, but I was just kind of bothered by that. You're preaching out to like you're talking to the choir, like, okay, y'all need to get right. I'm like, hold on, first of all, you're guilty of all of these things that they need to get right of. That's my only thing. And that's why most of the time if I say something, I don't want to consider myself a preacher or prophet or none of that, because I'm not. I'm more I just give information, and I can say, you know, we are out here eating out the garbage cans, because I'm only as good as our least one. Because if I got it and you don't, then that means I'm obviously not doing my part. You see what I'm saying? So, and that would never happen anyway. I would never be where I got it and I'm on top of the world, and then there's people eating out of the garbage cans. Like, no. Even if I'm on vacation, if I call myself going to a nice hotel or a nice area, and I call myself living good, if I go outside and someone's asking for change, then I'm doing good unless they're good. And that's what I do most of the time. If I go somewhere, like, okay, well, I'm going to clear this part up, or it's where it ain't going to be around me, because I'm not going to be good if you're not good, if in so many words. Yeah, so, yeah, I just thought I'd mention that. Just be careful of these cults, because, like, we are very easily manipulated. It's almost like we're like children at a candy store. It's like, you could probably tell us, oh, the devil's great, sin 12 times a day, and the Lord will thank you for it. And we probably will believe it, because it's like, I don't know if we're just so used to getting lied to, and maybe we've learned to love the lies or whatever it is, but it's like we're so easily manipulated to, like, all it takes is somebody who knows how to preach, or who says things in a certain way. Or maybe it is that preacher, because even Dr. Umar and what's the guy named Tyreek, they got the preacher tone, and people maybe people like that, the preacher tone, and therefore you can get anything out to people. About why I say be careful, and be well, be safe.